in a few seconds. All right, good deal. We are on live. How you guys doing? Eric Scott here with MITS Leadership Council. I want to thank everybody for making time to come out and join us on a Sunday for most of us and different days for the rest of us. I want to, I guess, go ahead and just introduce some of our people on the panel here today. We got a couple administrative things to touch on really quick, and then we have three special guests with us that we're going to do, all that we can to help with their business. I want to thank everybody first and foremost for making some time available for us, and we should have people jumping in here, any minute, real quick. So I always go from my right to left. So again, I am Eric Scott, and right next to me we have Vinny Aiello, Operations Manager with My Internet Traffic System. Vinny, give us a couple words. Let us know what you're doing with us today.
All right, awesome. Thanks, Eric. What's up, everyone? It's nice to be here. I'm excited for the Leadership Council. It seems like we haven't had one in quite some time due to our event a couple weeks ago, which was awesome. I'm here. I'm excited to be on the panel. One of the things that I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to really be handling any questions you guys have and direct them all to our group, our Facebook group. It's www.facebook.com/group/myinternettrafficsystem. Go ahead and join it, and I'll add you in. And if you have any questions, whether you're asking them live or you want to ask them in the group, I'll be the one kind of directing that today as we go through our thing. So thanks for the introduction, Eric. I'm excited to be here.
Absolutely, you are welcome. And my screen just went, there we go. Next to Vinny, we have Shelly Belcourt. Shelly, go ahead and say hi, please.
How's it going? Hiya, how's it going?
Doing good. Always great having you, Shelly. And then we have Scott Ewert next to Shelly. How you doing, Scott? Doing good. I think we're working on a little audio there, but Martin Ware, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up, man? What's up, guys? And just want to give a quick shout out to everyone that's watching us, either live or on the replay. Very excited to be here with you guys tonight, or today, actually.
Awesome, man. Appreciate it. I love the hairpiece as well.
It's hot out here, man. We gotta stay cool.
It is hot. It's very hot out here in Southern California. So
I don't know if I'm down to shave it yet, though. So I don't know. I can't be as cool as you guys.
Hey, some of us don't have a choice. Next to Martin, Kenneth Hayes, our newest Leadership Council member. Ken, man, I want to thank you for making some time with us. How you doing?
I'm doing fantastic. How about yourself?
Doing great, man. Appreciate having you. We have, I guess, the last three people right there in a row are our guests, members of our community. We have Jason Lockhart. How's it going, Jason?
I'm doing all right. How's everybody today?
We're all doing good, man. Doing good. Thanks for having you, or thanks for coming out. I'm sorry. Next to Jason, we have Howie Perks. How's it going, Howie?
I'm doing great. Thanks.
Awesome.
Good to be here.
Appreciate it. Good to have you, man. And then last but not least, we have Beverly Kosari. Now, Beverly, I don't want to mess up because I was going to say New Zealand, but you are actually Australia, right?
Yes, you can send me the check later for getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, Eric.
Well, you're welcome. We definitely appreciate it. And yeah, you are up bright and early today. So and then we have Shelly. She's out at New Zealand as well. So anyway, we have sometimes technical challenges going on with our connection, so we'll work through that as much as we can. I want to just touch on a couple quick administrative things, and then we're going to go right into helping Jason and Howie and Beverly with their business. And then, as always, we have a Q&A section that Vinny mentioned. He'll be monitoring that in our group if you guys have questions there. And Martin, if you want to just peek, on our Hangout segment as well, and just kind of see if anybody puts any messages there, we'll do that as well. But really quick, as far as administrators, in the past, up until now, we've had 2 Hangouts a month, and we just kind of made a collective decision to go to once a month, starting really next month officially. And that's going to be a little bit longer. We'll have more of a format where we do, what you'll be seeing today, more of a, roundtable discussion setup, and just kind of getting some input from some of our leaders and doing some of the Q&A things that we've done in the past, and things that we will be doing as well. So our next session, I'll get together with our leaders, and it'll either be the second week of every month or the fourth week. We'll figure that out, and we'll definitely let you guys know well in advance so you can be prepared for that. But we're going to go to once a month, maybe go a little bit longer, up to like 90 minutes, so we can get into uncovering everybody's business, see if we can answer those things and answer questions, as opposed to like sticking to an hour. So we may be going up to an hour and a half today. We'll see how it plays out. And then the one thing I did want to do is announce our two newest Leadership Council members. Kenneth is on with us right now. Definitely want to thank you, Ken, again, for being a part of this. You do a great job, helping our community. And we're just looking forward to hearing your insight, not just today, but going forward. And then Teresa Key, who will be with us shortly. She's driving around in some Southern California weather or traffic, so she's a little delayed for that. But she'll be popping in here shortly as well. And so we'll just go ahead and get right into it. Howie, we're going to start with you. I'm going to let you kind of give a little bit more of your background, kind of share, what you've been doing so far. I think all of you are fairly new to the MITS system. And we'll just talk about some of your background. Howie, I know you have a background with doing some SEO stuff and doing some YouTube videos, and you're doing that right now to kind of create some leads. And I think you're going to be sharing some of those things today, and we want to be able to give you some feedback as much as we can. So go ahead. The floor is yours, sir. Hey, Howie, I think you might be muted. You might want to unmute yourself. Sorry.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Okay,
you're
there we
good.
go.
I can hear you, Howie.
Okay, perfect. Sorry, I'm on a dinosaur of a computer here, so it's a little slow. So for how do you want me to start this? Like where I was before finding MITS, and then how am I incorporating what I'm learning MITS and what I'm doing?
Well, yeah, I think give us a quick background, of your experience as far as online stuff is concerned, and then probably just getting into because you and I have talked, talking about some of the strategies you're using as far as like your YouTube videos, because you're pretty skilled at being able to rank those and kind of target using some of the strategies, for MITS and things like that, and just kind of sharing your plan, and then I'm sure you're going to have some questions, and we can all. Anybody on the council, just feel free to jump in, ask questions, do anything like that, and we'll go from there. Does that help?
Okay, perfect. Yeah. So I'm in the network marketing industry. I've been in it for quite some time, but I've been in and out. And actually, I left the industry probably about 3 years ago because I got frustrated chasing family and friends, and I got really good at internet marketing, ranking websites, ranking videos. So I started a local SEO business here in San Diego. Had a handful of clients. But I always loved the industry of network marketing, and I got back into it. And what I did was I actually answered a Facebook ad from somebody, which is kind of cool because that's what's taught in MITS as well. And I used Facebook advertising and what I knew on how to rank websites and rank videos. And for the first time, I had the success in actually recruiting people from them finding me, finding my videos on page 1, finding my website on page 1. So I got my mojo back, and then I was like, well, I need to get better at mastering traffic. And so I just continued to do what I was doing, and then I fell upon MITS, and it's exactly what I was looking for because I want to incorporate more paid strategies. But going into what Eric's talking about with what I'm doing with YouTube, I was able to like sponsor over 160 people in several different opportunities using YouTube alone, like YouTube and again the ranking of websites. So I was like, well, let me utilize kind of what Vince talks about with the strategy that he utilizes with paid marketing, with Yahoo and Bing, with using the company names, with the supporting keywords, and then make videos around those, especially with the brand new companies over at NPros. They don't have a lot of competition, so they're very easy to rank for. So it's easy to get success and get your information in front of two different types of people. And they want to go home and they want to do the due diligence, you're going to get in front of those people, but you're also going to get in front of people who are in the company and they're looking for more information on how to build their business. So what I did is I made a training video on how to rank videos, and then I used that as my core video, and just this week I did 7 videos for 7 different companies from the new company list on NPros. And then the beginning is just different, and it's targeted to each specific company. So I do my video and say, hey, I see you're looking for more information about XYZ company. I want you to know, like, obviously you're seeing this video on purpose. I'm going to teach you how to do that in this video, and then basically just have a call to action at the end, leading them to MITS. So I did 7 videos this week. Every single company is on page 1 except for one that's got a little more competition. So I guess with you guys, I would love to get input on the flow of my video, the information on how I'm meeting them where they are, and then also is the value there? Because obviously one of the biggest takeaways I got from Internet Traffic Live is if you lead with value, the money will follow after. So. I think there's a little delay.
Yeah, were you passing it off to me, or is it?
Oh yeah. So
okay.
basically, that's it. That's what I've been doing.
Okay.
So I did basically a video a day or a couple of videos, and then so I'd love to hear questions or input about about that process, about how that works.
So I have a question for you, Howie. Are you breaking up the one keyword per video, or are you kind of putting a bunch of keywords around one video?
Great. Yeah, with the title in the video,
I heard you a little bit, but it's a little choppy. The reception for me is a little choppy with Howie, so if I am delayed in my response, that would be the primary reason. Yeah, I think one thing I want to ask, and Shelley, I heard your voice, so I want to give you a chance if you were asking a question to jump in here real quick. But one thing that I think I saw a few of your videos this week, talking the other day. Maybe we'll have you share one of those. Just kind of do a screen share real quick. Not right now, but we'll have you do that if you want to do that. But I guess one question I have is for you to your campaigns. I know it's just you got on. I know in the past you've been able to recruit a lot of people into some of the opportunities that you were involved with at that time. Are you seeing that yet with MITS? Because I know you're just getting started with that part.
I'm not seeing anything yet because I just started doing them. And with the new companies, their traffic isn't very high right now, so that will continue to increase as more and more people hear about the company, go to home parties, more people join the company, so you can basically get in front of that traffic.
Cool. Shelley, did you have I don't know if you were just asking something specific or just had a general inquiry. And anybody else, feel free to jump in after Shelley.
Yes, I think how you were answering the about the keywords. How are you putting the keywords?
Yeah. Yeah. I basically with the video, I'm putting the new company. I'm actually just targeting the company name in the title, and usually what I do is I put a supporting keyword in the title, like review or something else. It could be compensation plan, product, something that somebody looking for the company would type in. Somebody who's looking for more information about possibly joining the company or about that product or compensation plan. And then when I do my description, I put all the related keywords at the bottom because actually a lot of them get picked up as well. So I'll basically go to Google and I'll look at what Google suggests as other terms that are popular for that company name, and then I'll paste them at the bottom. And obviously you have a lot of potential to get picked up for various keywords.
Great, because you can actually build that out. So making one video per keyword, you know, when you've got time later on to pad it out, which is I've seen done.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can
Yeah.
do the company name, and you know, basically, so my goal is exactly what you said. I'm going to do the company name and go down the list of all the new companies, and then go back and just target a video for specifically company name review or company name product, but twist it to where it's showing them that, you know, I'm going to teach them a strategy, you know, so that it's relevant, so it's not misleading.
No, that's brilliant. Well done.
Fabulous.
So Howie, I have a question for you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you, Martin.
Sweet, sweet. Just I guess just wanting to know, are you using any of the MITS training like tactics or strategies that we have in the back office to get more traffic to your YouTube video, or are you just doing like SEO type organic things to get traffic?
For the YouTube videos, I'm not doing anything to send traffic to it. I'm doing like some Yahoo and Bing stuff, paid marketing for MITS. But for YouTube, no, I'm just doing the YouTube videos because the golden part of videos is they rank really quickly. Because obviously, many of you probably know that Google owns YouTube, and they love to rank their own entity. So you can, with these new companies, you can do a video, do it properly, optimize it properly, get ranked high in YouTube, and even without any backlinks. I don't know if most of you know. You're obviously getting sites to point back to your YouTube video. You can rank a lot of times in Google without that because there's not that much competition.
Right, right. One thing, if I can suggest anything, something that I got from Vince on one of our coaching calls. If you're doing Yahoo and Bing, instead of just sending them to a landing page, like, you know, send them to a YouTube video. Number one, you'll get a lot more views on your YouTube video, which will obviously, you know, help rank. And then, you know, it's on mobile. So if you're using Bing and Yahoo, and you're sending to video, it's just a lot better. I've seen a lot of results, better results since I implemented that. So something that you might want to try out.
That's a great tip. Thanks, Martin.
Hey, Howie, really quick, I'm wondering, is there one of the companies that you could share with us, and then maybe our panelists could go look at that, and you know, whether they give some feedback, you know, right now or just while we're on today?
Sure. One of the companies is Sistico. It's a jewelry company. It's SIS Taco Sistico.
I'm not sure if you got that, Howie.
Yeah. Did you hear me?
Yeah, yeah.
So it's Sistico, SIS like sister, but SISTACO.
Yep.
I saw that one. Yep.
I just want to let everybody know that I can't hear Martin.
Okay. I think it's SISTACO, correct?
CO. Correct.
Oh, yeah, you're number one. Nice.
Can anyone else hear me?
So he's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, you're just low.
I can hear you, Martin.
Okay, sweet. All right, I'm going back on mute.
Your volume's gone quite low. Wow, look at you at number one there. Good for you.
So I would love feedback from
it's pretty
you
delayed,
guys,
Mark.
like my flow in my video, you know, the value, that kind of stuff. You know, when you guys have, if some of you have time, that would be great. I mean, not right now. It's a 17-minute video.
Here's what I'm going to say, because I got a chance to look at it early, you know, while some of the other panelists. No. No, it's good. Some of the things that I noticed, you know, obviously you were very thorough, you know, with the length of the video, Howie. I think we talked about this, but I can't remember. Is kind of having like an intro, outro. Because then I think it can be cranked out this week anyway. So that's pretty good. I'm wondering if you know, where you're getting, you know, to the company you're targeting, and then have a generic, kind of A to Z discussion on, what you're wanting to address for, I think, the MLM, I guess, as a whole, and then have an outro, where you write them, specifically to their company kind of name, like this case, where you can have an outro and then kind of directing them to where you want to go. And I can't remember, so that's the first thing, and I guess I'm wondering in terms of length, because I know we talked a little bit. One of the ranking factors for YouTube is how much they actually go through start to finish on your video. So I'm wondering if you had maybe an intro basic. It was a very good video, by the way. But I wonder if you have a more basic, I don't know, 3 to 5 minute, intro, and then kind of say, hey, go to my website here to get more in-depth information, and you can kind of uncover those things and kind of lead them to, to get more information. Click here and find out how to get more traffic or whatever your CTA is. What are your thoughts on that?
I think that's a great idea, and it's like kind of like they're called teaser videos, and I haven't really done any of them, but I've heard another guy who's really good at videos as well. He does them. So it's like you do some core meat videos, but then you also do some teaser videos that point people towards the information for the longer information. Because obviously we all know people have short attention spans. So that was a little bit of my concern with when I made the training video. Obviously I want it to be thorough, but a lot of times people won't sit through the information. But I also didn't want to make them jump through another step, like click or go to this website to get more information when I could get them right there. So it's a great point, and it's something I definitely am thinking about. Making a shorter video and seeing if that makes a difference. And then Martin obviously is right with the amount of time people watch the video. Not everybody's going to watch the video through, so that's definitely a ranking factor as well.
Howie, I'm not quite sure, because I haven't watched the video, I'm not quite sure, but is there a possibility of splitting that up into, 3 or 4 videos? Like 4 minutes long or whatever? So do it parts? Or I'm not quite sure what your content is, if that's possible.
To teach, I basically gave people the overview of how to rank and why to use YouTube to get traffic and to be able to make sales and recruit for your company. So I guess it could, but it would be incomplete information. But I guess if I did it to where, because I do like 4 steps, so I could do like step 1 and then have video 2 be step 2 and make them shorter. So if people like the step 1 information, they'd want to go to step 2 to learn more.
Mm.
So I love feedback when you do have a chance to watch it on that.
Will do.
Yeah, Howie, I was also thinking of something. I just remembered. I think one of the videos that I saw, you did a great job of kind of showing people how to do, how to actually do the, ranking the videos. I would like to. I guess I would suggest testing, seeing, what your response is, and just kind of have them opt in. Like if you broke it down to more of a more, a teaser video, and then just say go ahead and opt in, and then I will show you exactly A to Z how to rank your video, and then that way you can at least get the opt in, and then once they see that, you can say, hey, to get more information on how to get more traffic to your company or whatever, go ahead and get that information here, and then I'll show you specifically how I can help you rank your videos using these traffic strategies as well. So maybe just testing instead of giving it all away at the beginning, giving that teaser, get the opt-in, and then continue with the because you do a great job showing how to do that. But I'm just wondering make you if that increases your opt-in numbers.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea, and I think now with some of the results I got with these 6 videos, I can show the results in that video that you're talking about.
Ken, you got anything to share?
If you want to learn how to do this.
Any thoughts, questions?
What's that?
I think we have pretty bad quality
was
today.
actually
So
talking.
sorry about that, guys.
I know there's a delay when you're in. How he was actually sharing how he will share the results he's getting with his videos during events and in another video.
Yeah, it might be Eric's delay a little bit.
I think that's a great idea, Howie. I think that's a good idea to approach it, and you know, you can actually have the first step, which you could do, you know, a similar video for each company. Hey, you know, you found me because you're searching on your phone for, you know, how to get leads for Sistico, and I've made this video. What it goes into is, you know, blah blah blah, and it'll show you the exact steps. And I'd love to share that with you. So put your name and email in here, and then you'll be redirected to that. And if you don't have time to watch it now, I'll send it to your email as well. You know, something like that. So it's much shorter, and then you can replicate that for each company.
Yeah, that's actually that's a great idea, Shelly. I just want to jump in since we're kind of like doing the mastermind thing. So feel free to jump in, guys, if you have an idea. So that's a great idea. You always want to meet them and get a little background. Is that might be T? All right, T. Thanks for the meet out. Just you want to, and I got this from Vince too when we're at the live event. You know, you want to meet people where they're at, right? So if you're doing like Yahoo and Bing, and I'm just saying that because that's what you said you were, you know, kind of messing around with. So just Yahoo and Bing. If you're gonna do that, just know that people are not gonna watch 17 minutes on their phone when you can just do like an intro, you know, video 3 minutes long. You know, hey, you're watching this you know, because you saw my ad on a mobile phone or whatever, and meet them there. And then once you get the opt-in, then you can redirect it to your 17 o'clock video or however you want to. At least that would be my input. So meet them where they're at. So if you're using Yahoo and Bing, let them know, hey, you're watching. I'm on your screen right now because you opted or you clicked on, you know, a mobile ad. Right? So yeah, I always meet them where they're at. So that would be my tip.
It's a great idea.
Can
I don't know,
everybody
you're kind of cutting in and out, Martin, but I could hear you, but you were real soft.
Yeah, I can't hear Martin.
Okay, I'm gonna put myself on mute and get a different
That's better.
mic.
That's better.
I just gotta hold it up. So a new mic I'm trying. These Beats by Dre. He became a billionaire and they don't even let me talk right, man. I don't know about that.
You just got to get up close and personal. That sounds much better.
That's
I
better.
just gotta hold the mic. All right.
Well, that was great. That's great feedback, Martin. And I'm going to use that and what Shelley talked about and Eric with the shorter stuff and see how that works. And I got to get better at tracking. I'm just sending them to one URL that I am directing to MITS right now. But I still want to be able to. I see the clicks coming through on the affiliate dashboard, but I don't know where they're coming from. So I need to make specific links for each company, and I haven't done that yet. Sometimes I'm not, really thorough about my tracking, which I need to get better at.
Mate, you're doing a great job.
Yeah, that's why we're here. Definitely.
I'm not quite sure if Eric's audio has gone, so we might just, if I can take the liberty of, is there anything else, Howie, that you wanted to ask or share or comment on before we move on?
No, that's some great feedback, and I appreciate it.
Cool. Look forward to seeing you achieve with that. I think you're absolutely on the right track. So, should we come down to the Southern Hemisphere now with Beverly? Bev? Hey, Bev.
Eric promised me that I was going to be last.
Oh, okay.
Hey, Shelly, can we just say
Shelly,
hi
yeah,
to
go
T real
ahead.
quick? I kind of bring Teresa out just to say hi to her. She's all quiet in right next to me. Hey, T, can you hear me?
I've been all quiet in the corner, huh?
Gotta bring you out.
I love the feedback and the questions. This is awesome. So I'll jump in. I didn't want to bombard you with the noise, the background noise. So I'll cut in and cut out.
Sweet. Well, just welcome everyone. Teresa, just so you guys know, she's our newest MITS council member. So when you guys get a chance, definitely show her some love on our page. So welcome. Cool. Shelly, go ahead and take it away.
Oh, no, sorry. I just wasn't quite sure if Eric was still with us or not. Are you? I've now got a dog barking behind me.
Shelley, you're good with taking over. Just so you, just in you're good as far as I'm concerned with running it.
Okay, well, so shall we move to Jason now? Hey, Jason.
Hello, how's everybody? Can you hear me?
We can.
Okay.
We can.
Jason here, yeah, from Louisiana, and I'm here, and I'm a small business owner, and yeah, and I also teach at LSU, and so as a small business owner, I have done well, but the issue has been I don't have residual income. So after we have a job complete, we have to go get another job. So I've been looking at you know, some ways that I can actually have residual income, and so that's how I had you know, I had learned about network marketing, and so I was actually on the internet a few months ago, and then I had heard about MITS, and then when I had clicked on the link, I had saw Vince. He had talked about what is offering, and then what it all can do, and so I said, okay, this is what I want to do. But I didn't actually join at that time because, as I said, I have an offline business in architecture, but I teach architecture as well. But I'm gonna actually be leaving my architectural teaching job tomorrow. So I had joined about a month ago, and I had went to the live event that they had and had met almost everybody here that's on the panel, had a great time, learned a lot. And so now while I'm here, since I'm new, is to talk about my plan and what I'm here to ask about if I can actually get, you know, mentorship. And I'm going to be doing YouTube videos as well. And Howie, since he had talked about all the YouTube stuff, he would be a great person just to, you know, look over what I have planned and what I'm doing, and just to give advice and guidance. And then what I'm gonna also need is just, you know, some people just to shoot some ideas off of, seeing what I have planned and all, to see if I'm actually going in the right direction. And so my plan is to do YouTube videos. I'm gonna do the Twitter campaign, and I'm gonna also buy traffic. And so that is where I was actually looking to begin. And so you can comment on anything and all that I've said so far.
Can I jump in here, guys? Okay. Jason, I mean, you said that you just got started a few months ago and you discovered MITS.
Well, I actually learned about it a few months ago. I joined ahead of the event, which was about 2 weeks ago.
I see. Okay. Well, that's wonderful. It sounds like you are definitely, like, you landed in the right place, number one. I can tell that the camera loves you, and I can tell that you enjoy talking.
I do.
So if you're going to focus in on that one video strategy, you know, go all in with it, because you're going to really attract a lot of followers.
Okay. I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Hey, Jason, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. First, I want to congratulate you for, you know, doing your due diligence and being a part of the team. And it's amazing to, you know, be here at this point in time, because you would think MIT's been around for a long time, and is actually just getting started, like just a few months ago, maybe when you first heard about it. So with that being said, how you want to go about it with the YouTube videos and everything, what I've been doing is really focusing on the different training, mainly the Twitter training, because I found for me that that's where I've been getting a lot of my traffic from. You know, from people going to my blog and people looking at videos and things like that. So and also really building your follower base, because once you start first building your follower base and giving people a reason to follow you, then you can drive that traffic to your videos, and that also help with the rank advancing.
Okay. Ken, thanks for that.
No problem.
I'll jump in just quickly, Jason. Like, welcome. I think, good for you and lucky you for finding MITS, because I've been online for so long before I've managed to find this, and this is just such great solid base for whatever business you do from now. So well done. And videos are. I find personally I do videos, and I think that they're quite powerful, and if you want to go down that path, I guess all the information that we just reviewed with Howie is totally applicable to you. And I'm not quite sure where you're at in the MITS. I don't know what level you're at, but regardless of where you're at, you can either share some of the teaching that you've got, if you're in level 1 or level 2, and obviously if you're level 3, you can promote the training itself.
Yeah, I'm actually level 3.
So it's all set up for you then. It's kind of it's kind of the easy way. And so there is a lot of people out there who need you, and if you approach it from that aspect, and you don't actually have to be the guru. You can just be the conduit, and think about you're just the person that's going to introduce them to this great training.
Okay. And yeah, just to answer you, yeah, I am actually level 3, and so that's what that I also had in my plan, that I was gonna also buy traffic, and so that's also how I was gonna market MITS as well.
Great. It's very easy. It's an easy way to market, is to show people, because it's really non-confrontational.
Yeah, I would definitely say the idea of getting the traffic is a great idea. I think most people on the panel here that level 3 members that have bought, we've all certainly seen results from it. So that's definitely a good way to go. And if you can do that every month, I would at least have that be one leg of your business every month, and then integrate some of the stuff that you're talking about. I gotta apologize, Jason. I missed part of what you were saying just because of my connection. Did you have a specific strategy that you're wanting to focus on out of the training right now? I know you just mentioned the YouTube stuff, but as far as the MITS training in particular, was there one that really stood out for you?
Yeah. I had also talked about I was going to do Twitter. That's the other thing that I was going to actually focus on. And just to touch on where you had talked about buying traffic, since I am an offline business owner, I actually understand when you're you sometimes have to spend money to actually make money. And when I began my offline business, I don't even want to tell you how much I have to spend just to get the office space and everything up. So online you spend just a fraction of the cost, and you can have your own business. And so that's what I actually love about it.
I'll jump in just to iterate what if you're definitely going towards the Twitter side of things. Vinny put out some amazing content just on I don't know if you guys were on there, but Vinny, you could probably touch on that. But just the Twitter cards, you can definitely start driving traffic, collecting leads, things like that. So definitely jump into the Twitter 2.0 in the training that Vinny did. I mean, kudos to Vinny for sure.
Yeah, I had looked at that, and I plan to jump on that immediately.
Do we have any questions? Just so we don't stay stale. Any questions that you guys from the audience that you guys are watching this live? Definitely let us know either in the Facebook group or we have a Google page open. So if you guys are watching this right now, you guys want to ask some questions. Maybe you guys are in the same boat that Jason or Howard before we move on. Let us know. We're here to help you guys. So we're here to stay productive and definitely make sure this is value for you. You guys can be anywhere. We're here, so we're getting better with you guys. If you guys have questions, let us know.
Martin, I'm not sure if everybody else can hear you, but I can't hear you. When you put your speaker up to your mouth, I can hear you.
That's right. I forgot about that. Sorry.
Thank you. Thanks, Martin.
Are you good to go? So, I guess if we don't have any other questions, I can't. I see Vinny's face, but I don't see it. Him moving around, so I don't know if we have any questions. But I would like to be able to open it up for Beverly, Beverly to share a little bit of kind of your background. I know you're newer to MITS as well, and I think you're more at the beginning of getting everything set up, you know, as far as your business is concerned altogether. So go ahead and just touch on that a little bit. Let us know where you're at as far as that's concerned, and if there are any, you know, particular strategies that you want to find out about, or you know, want to figure out how to get implemented.
Martin, I feel, sorry, Eric, when I hear what everybody else is doing, I just feel overwhelmed, and I'm thinking, what am I doing? Even my daughter said to me, Mum, internet marketing is for people that are computer savvy, and I'm not. You know, it says put in your domain or put in your URL. I have to go and find out what a domain is or a URL is. That's how technology challenged I am. Little bit by little bit I am advancing, but I find because I'm time poor, I already run 2 businesses, but I don't run them on the computer. So I'm time poor and I'm technology challenged, but I believe in MITS so much because I believe that this is the training that everybody needs. So I'm going to prove everybody, including my daughter and my husband, that I can do this. But I find that the little bit of time that I have to devote to MITS, I think, right, I'm going to go in and do something productive now and, you know, do another strategy. The only thing I've ever done was I didn't know how to use Twitter, and I probably still don't, but I've got 220 followers, so I'm happy with that. But I find all my free time is when I go onto the computer to see if I can do something. I have to be a ninja to get back in touch with everybody that has followed me on Twitter, and I find I don't have time to do anything else. And I know it's not wasted time because I'm building up a relationship with them, but to be honest, a lot of them are just wanting to show me their business, and I feel as though I'm wasting time, and I haven't had time to create a page with an opt-in button to do something productive. So another issue I have, I started a Facebook page, but I feel as though I'm all over the place because my primary business that I was promoting, we have TGA, that's Therapeutic Goods Administration issues and custom issues because a lot of our products are not TGA approved. So I don't know what to advertise on Facebook. So if somebody went to see what I'm all about on Facebook, I feel as though I'm not very clear because I haven't applied the strategies to MITS yet because I'm battling to get the time to do that. And then regarding my other product, we're not allowed to name the name of the product. We're not allowed to show a picture of the product until we get an Australian warehouse. So I'm almost thinking, do I stop promoting that product because it's very difficult until we get an Australian warehouse and just concentrate on MITS? But then I don't know what to put on MITS because I haven't had time to do the strategies yet. Does that make sense?
Yeah, definitely, Beverly. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can, Martin.
Okay, perfect.
What I
It does make sense. I'll jump into one thing and then you guys could jump in. And remember, guys, this is a mastermind, so
Yes.
we're definitely want you to put on things. But I'll jump in just to the first thing what you said is that you're not very tech savvy. You really don't. Your daughter said that this is for someone that knows computers. Let me just let you know this real quick. Some of you heard my story, but when I started online, like I didn't even own a computer until I was like sophomore year in college. So To think that you really need to know like all this stuff, it's part of the. You're going to definitely need to up your skills, right? But just know that even if you don't know this stuff, like that's why you have MITS, right? So you can go through the training. It's like anything. I mean, if you're getting a brand new job, right, and you got promoted, you're gonna need to learn new skills, right? Or if you're going to university and barely going out, you got to build those skills up. Right? You just don't come into something knowing everything about it. It's just, I mean, who does that? Not too many people, right? You build your skills. You build your skills level. Like if I can relate this to like weight training, right? You're probably like barely lifting maybe 20 pounds at first, right? Or maybe 10 pounds. But as you go along and you go through the process, and you start upping your skills and you start coming to practice and you start applying and you start hanging around a community like MITS or coming onto the Tuesday calls and the Thursday calls, your muscles are getting built. Right? So just know that you don't need to.
I can't hear you, Martin.
You can't
I can't
hear me
hear
at
you.
all? I'm speaking into the mic. Can you hear me?
Now I can. Yes, sorry, Martin. I desperately want to hear what you're saying.
Did everyone else hear me? Or just not Beverly?
That's a bit better.
Did everyone else hear me, though? Is that cool? Yeah?
Thanks, Martin.
You're fading in and out a little bit. Yep. No,
Okay.
you're good.
Okay, I'm not sure. I just want to let you know, just to keep it short, like you don't need to know everything. Just don't get discouraged that you need to know all this stuff. Some of us didn't even, we came online not even knowing how to send an email. So don't get discouraged. Right? Just plug into our community. You're with MITS. You're in the right place at the right time. This is where you need to be. Just definitely apply what you learned in the back office. So that's my 2 cents. Anyone else want to jump in on what Beverly said?
Yeah, Martin, if I can just bridge off of what you were just talking about. Beverly, I think a lot of people jumping online, if not a lot, most, go through the same thing where you get online, you don't know what you're doing, and you get information overload or paralysis of overanalysis, so you're like, oh, which way do I go? And it's one of the best things to do is just pick one strategy that you want to do. Don't try to do it all, because if you try to do it all, you're not going to get good at any of them. And if it's Twitter, then just focus on Twitter for now. Forget about all the others. Learn that technique, and like what Vince talks about all the time on the calls is get results. And then that's what you're going to use to show people, like, hey, you want to do Twitter. Show them that you know how to generate leads on Twitter. Now you just added value to somebody else, and now they have a reason. Now it doesn't have to be 7 different things. If you know Twitter, you know Twitter. It's one of those things. When I first jumped online, they always talk about branding yourself as a leader, and I was like, well, how the heck do you do that? Because I don't know anything. And all you have to do is learn one thing that somebody else doesn't know, and now you're a leader in their eyes because they don't know how to do it. So that's what helped me.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. To piggyback on what Howie was saying too, as well, is that what you're saying that you don't know now, when you learn it, share it, because if you don't know it, guess what? There's other people who don't know it either, and you might be to your surprise that you might even know more than what other people know, but you don't think that you do because you're comparing yourself to everyone else who does know a little more than you. So as you're learning what you don't know, share that, and then guess what? You're sharing value, and people are going to they're going to be following you and looking up to you like, wow, thank you. You really broke it down for me. So that's my input for you.
Beverly, hi, it's Teresa.
Hello.
I want to cut your learning curve in half.
Beverly, I wanted to touch on something too. I think I heard you say that you were getting followers on Twitter.
Sorry, Eric, what was that?
I was on the road, Eric.
I don't know. I'm just going to talk. I think you said you were getting followers.
I've got 220 followers on Twitter, and I've just started. I don't understand hashtags yet, so I haven't. I think they mean a subject, but I don't really understand that. But each time, because I run 2 other businesses, I'm time poor, and when I sit down to dedicate time to MITS, I find the only thing I'm doing is being a ninja. And, you know, you've always got more followers, which is a great thing, but a lot of the followers, I don't think they're really following me as such. They just want to spam me their link. But to do the right thing and get back in touch with them and create a conversation, I find that takes up all my free time.
I'm not quite sure if Eric's delayed, or can I jump in, or?
I am delayed. I'm very delayed today.
Go for it, Joey.
Talk right now.
I want to
I think one thing that I heard you say, Beverly, that you were actually getting followers on people shared. I know Ken specifically shared. You know, just share what you learned. So when you're talking with those people, I don't know. I'm just gonna talk, and then I'll just be quiet the rest of the period. So I think when you're getting those followers on Twitter and they're talking about their business, just mention the Twitter strategy and see if that's something that they could consider using for their business to help them with their business. And you know, see if that might be one way to kind of open up that dialogue and actually create a connection. You know, to help and support them and see if that goes anywhere from that standpoint. So I think I'm extremely delayed, so that'll be the last thing I should. I think Shelly and Martin and the rest of you guys are doing a great job. So go ahead.
Beverly, I have a question for you. I mean, is Twitter going to be the strategy and the advertising strategy that you're going to want to focus on? Is that going to be the one that you're going to want to focus on right now? Just for clarification.
Well, Vinny, I understand Facebook a little bit better than Twitter, but I find as though I've got more followers in Twitter in probably a month than I've ever had in Facebook, and I've been on that for over 12 months. So I guess Twitter seems to be the one to learn because I think I'll get more response from Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't understand it all yet.
Yeah, and the fact that I know for a fact our Twitter training is very it's step by step. I mean, from creating your account to getting to the advertising platform. So I know a lot of your issue has been, you know, you don't know how to get around on the internet. You don't know what is what. So I would actually suggest the Twitter training because it does take you from step one all the way to the advertising platform. And the fact that we are releasing, you know, Twitter 2.0 stuff, new stuff that we're going to be releasing about Twitter. It's just that's where a lot of our content is going to be right now. So that's what I would suggest for you because it takes a lot of the questions out of, you know, wait, what do I do next? What's this step? It's very step by step the way that the training's put together. So that would be my advice, just coming from me.
So do you think it's important to have a conversation with every single follower?
Yeah, I think it's important to reach out to them and, you know, thank them for connecting and, you know, try to touch base with them somehow, whether it's talking to them directly or you're putting out your content that's something that they're going to want to read in your timeline because they are following you. Touching on base with them somehow, you know, is very important. And I know that Teresa was saying something and she was about to be on a roll, and I wanted to let her because I don't want to take away anything that she might have said. So I'm sure she can take it away right now.
Thanks, Vinny.
Awesome. Hey, Beverly, you know what? Your tech challenge is valid, and I know that for the most part, I came from tech extreme, so I live and sleep, you know, eat, sleep, and breathe tech. But then there was a time where I lost everything due to like a cognitive challenge. So I had to literally relearn all the stuff that I knew and then go above and beyond that when I discovered internet marketing. So to go from tech extreme to barely saying my name to where I think I'm comfortable right now, I can understand that it is, you know, definitely a process. So, for example, one of the best kept secrets in town is that every site has a frequently asked questions area. Every vendor or every company that we work with, whether it's GetResponse or Twitter or any of those, has its own section that talks a bit about what it is and how it works and all that. If you can just take a little bit of time every day to familiarize yourself with the tool in and of itself, separate from the strategies, then when you are online and you go to practice, or you know, I don't know what level you are in MITS, But let's say you get on a webinar, a lot of the terms that are going to be used won't seem, you know, it'll be familiar to you. And then when you're talking to someone about what we're doing, you won't feel, you know, you'll feel a lot more comfortable sharing. You won't feel like it's something that's over your head, so you kind of have to be quiet until you've mastered it and you become a Twitter expert and all that stuff. But that's not necessary. As long as you're able to talk to someone and give them your heartfelt feeling about what you're doing, your excitement, you know, share your excitement about what you're doing and how you can help them, then all you have to do is pass the ball to them and then let them see if it'll work for them. So I think you're doing great. If you have 200 followers and you're brand new, that is awesome.
Thank you, Teresa. I just wanted to share something I was proud of. I had a high-profile gentleman just recently was asking me questions, and the conversation had gone on back and forth for about, I guess, 2 weeks, and I thought, golly, he's having a conversation with me, and you could see he had massive amounts of followers, and he was obviously a high flyer in internet marketing. So I was very proud of the fact that I kept the conversation going, and then he said, well, there's a lot of training out there. Which company are you involved with? And because I hadn't mentioned my company. And when I finally said MITS, and I said why I thought it was different, because it's not only you're not left to your own devices, that you have the guru actually helping you. And he said, which company are you with? And I said, MITS. And he goes, oh, I'm familiar with that company. In fact, I'm meeting the guru himself in 2 weeks' time. So I did message Vince and say, well, thanks very much, Vince, you've taken my lead.
Awesome.
Yeah, so I got him all the way through to what's your company, and I'm interested.
See, there you go.
Now, Beverly, imagine if you can have just 9 more of those every single day, you know?
Exactly, but with a different ending that Vince hadn't got to them first. There's a big delay, isn't there?
I'll jump in quickly. I know that Beverly, you and I have talked a lot, so I'll just summarise it kind of for the greater good. But I mean, you guys, I know Beverly, and I've worked with her from the very before you joined A, and I mean, this lady, guys, she's come a huge way, and so I don't want that to be glossed over, because since you joined, was it a couple of months? And
yeah,
you know, when you think about you've got over 200 followers, you're having all these conversations that 2 months ago you had no clue about. So I think you've got to really, you've got to seriously look at where you've come from, because, seriously, you've done amazing, especially because you keep telling yourself that your technical. My second point I wanted to make is that, and I know I've talked to you about this in the past, but you become what you think about, and you're telling yourself constantly you're technophobe, even though you're out doing Twitter ads and chatting to people, and I'm still technophobe, and other people are looking at you like, oh my God, she's got a Facebook page, she's got a fan page, she's got a Twitter account. So you got to take a step back and just have a look at yourself from someone else's perspective, and I think that might really help you change your mind about where you're at. So you a really funny story. The first time I saw a computer, which I was at university at the time, but I picked up the mouse and put it on the screen, for crying out loud. None of us when we start know anything. I mean, apart from the next generation kids, millennium children, they're the ones that will really show us up. But you're doing great. You are doing so well. And these conversations, I'll just make one more point before I stop. Is that Vince tells us to have 10 conversations a day, and it's quite demoralizing when you're having 10 conversations and none of them are leading anywhere, but suddenly you get to that point where suddenly, you know, like you nearly broke through, okay? So within the next 10, you don't know that get, you know, someone that you can help and that wants to join you in MITS. You might get 2, you might get 3. And so you will reach that point where, and this, you know, all these conversations you're having now where you just feel like you're hitting brick walls, they are actually growing your confidence, they're growing your experience, they're teaching you how to do these conversations. You know, because you're dealing with all sorts of people, you're learning what is the best way. Oh, well, last time I said such and such, and you know, that was the wrong thing to say. So learn from everything that you're doing, because every failure leads you a step closer to your success. And that's kind of hard when you're not seeing success, but you're building up your bank account, and then suddenly you're going to break through, and you'll be like, okay, that was training. So.
Thank you, Shelley. Howard, I think it was you that so kindly showed me how to create a domain name. I set up a few subdomains and the domain name. I didn't do it correctly because I had my beverlycaseri.com go to the 4-part video, and then all the links were taken down, so I've gone and deleted all those. But should my beverlycaseri.com go to a page that's got all my information on and an opt-in button and all that, or should it just go through to one of the MITS, you know, videos?
You can do it either way. Obviously, if you're using your name like that, I would probably go to a page that brands you, with you talking about wherever you're trying to lead them. So if you're trying to lead them to the 4-part video series, maybe it's you introducing yourself and talking a little bit about that, and then having a button that leads to the MITS. With going to MITS directly, I probably have a domain name more targeted towards, you know, internet traffic or something like that. That's kind of what I did. I have a domain name that has internet traffic in the name, and I lead it right to MITS. But there's nothing wrong with using your domain with your name going right to MITS, and then the subdomains, you know, you would name it like webinar.beverly. If you want to go to the Sunday webinar capture page or 4-part video series, you can name it whatever you want to name it. With that. And if you need any more help with that, obviously there's a bunch of us that can help you understand how to do that again.
Thank you, Howie. I might just take you up on that offer because I have a couple of questions with that one. Thank you.
Hey, Beverly, I have a question for you. If I'm not mistaken, you're a level 3 in MITS, right? You've already said that?
Yes, Vinny. I'm passionate about it. I love it.
Yeah, and I just wanted to touch on. I mean, I'm pretty sure you've made a sale, haven't you? I'm pretty sure you've gotten a level 3 already. Am I?
I5. I've got a level 3.
Yeah, so you've already made money with the MIT system, right?
Yes.
So, given your position, I mean, let's put that into perspective. I mean, you've done something that 90% of the people in this industry have yet to do, and you would have never been in that position or wouldn't be on a Hangout today, you know, if you didn't come across MITS and if you weren't here. So you got to think, and when you talk about being, you know, technology and it, you know, being somewhat of a disadvantage for you now, think of where you are now and already what you've done in the few amount of weeks that you've been here. You've done more than 90% of people that are in this industry. So you're making a lot of progress, and I want you to stay positive and not look at the technology as such a negative, but look at it as more of an opportunity, you know, for you to really get better at, you know, what you're doing online. Would be my just kind of final touching advice.
Thank you, Vinny. Thank you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have anything else to say? I know Eric just popped back on.
This will be a great time if you have questions for us, for the leadership council and anyone on the panel. Definitely let us know, guys. We're here to help you guys out. So, you know, definitely ask some questions if you have some. Anyone else? I mean, want to jump in and share something with Beverly or anything that you guys might that you guys are on that might need some help? We can definitely go over something that you guys are going through and do a, you know, mastermind around that if you guys need help on anything that are on the
One last thing I
panel.
want to say to Beverly is that You know, for somebody who's not tech savvy and you're a level 3 in made sales, hey, that's a lot coming from somebody who's not tech savvy. So that's a lot of value right there to share. You see,
Thank
it's like, look, you don't even have to be a guru or tech savvy to do this. You see, that's value in itself. So, hey, I think for you, the less tech savvy you are, the more more success you would have. Because people
thank you.
always look at us like, oh yeah, they have success because they're gurus and they tech savvy. And how do you even spell domain? Well, you know, so that's good for you. Keep it up.
That's a
Thank
great.
you, Kenneth.
Yeah, then I just wanted to add in that'll be a awesome video if you can have in there that I don't know how to do any of this stuff and I made a sale. So if I can do it, you can too.
That's a good idea, Jason. I'm too nervous to do a video.
Well, Bev, I know you've already done one, so
Oh, that's just
We'll
to share
edit it
with
for
you and
you.
Katie.
We'll edit it for you, shorten it. Just leaving all the value.
you're
And then
making
show the
a video
spoilers
right
like
now. You don't even know it.
after.
Oh dear.
And the other thing, we all, because we're all so different, we've got different experience and ages and cultures and countries, what have you. We all appeal to different people, and so like I'm not going to reach the the young 20-year-old guy, you know, and so we will all attract the people that are like us because they'll look at you, Bev, and they'll be like, wow, she can do it. Learn from you because they identify with you. So don't underestimate that.
Thank you, Shelley. And I always feel as though when I'm emailing somebody asking questions, because I've got a million of them, I always feel I'm being a nuisance. So does anybody mind if I reach out and ask a few questions? Or am I being a nuisance?
Group, because if you've got a question, then you can bet your bottom dollar someone else has the same question. Ask it. And then you'll get an instant reply because whoever's around at the time will answer it for you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no
I don't
doubt.
see anybody
Definitely
talking.
ask your questions. We're all here to help you. So that's why
Thank
we formed this this leadership council. Help each other out. So
Thank
utilize
you.
it. Do we have any other questions? Let me check real quick. You can take over real quick, Eric, if you want. I'll check the questions before we wrap this up.
No, I think just great job with everyone. I apologize for stepping all over my ladies and just hacking that. But no, great job from everyone. And I'm definitely going to be checking back in with Beverly, Howie, and Jason. As I normally do, and make sure we can kind of wrap up some other things. I think Howie, I'm going to be talking to you here in a few minutes. But as always, our panelists, you guys are awesome. Love you guys and the input, and hopefully, everybody that's viewing or sees the the replay of this, gets a lot of value out of what we shared today. And that's what we're here for. That's what it's about is doing what we can to help our community and the people that are watching as well. And hopefully feel compelled to want to get connected and learn some skills for yourself. So if you want to do that, if you're watching right now, you're not already connected, just go to myinternettrafficsystem.com and you can get connected, or just reach out to anybody that you see on the panel here. From our guest Jason, Howie, and Beverly, to our leadership council as well that you see listed here. And we would love to help, love to be a part of your success in any way, shape, or form that we can. And without that, I'm going to hand off to either Martin or Shelley, since you guys can hear better than I can, and I'll let you guys close it out after we see if there's any questions between Vinny and Martin. You guys go ahead.
All right. I
Martin, you
guess
can take it away.
sure. There's a question in the Facebook group by Michael Johnson. What does the action plan for the day look like for a master marketer? How do you map it out? How do you map out your day? Anybody want to take a shot at that?
That's a great question. I think that's one of the things that we all suffer from. At the VIP day, Vince shared his plan, and boy, he's they're lacking there, and it's something which I learned from. So, I think you've got to be realistic about how much time you've got in the day. Your job and sports and kids or whatever. You've got to be realistic about your time. So set your time like a budget for each day that you can put in, and you've got to prioritize the income, which are talking to people, advertising. The two top ones that I would think. How about you guys? First, that would be the first thing to do, and then also be doing that at a time of day where you are totally functioning. For example, for me, this time, it's morning for me now. This is my time, so I will put activities in this space that. So whether you're making videos or whatever you're doing, it's quite individual, but it's got to be income producing stuff that you prioritize. Because I spent a year making my blog, making a blog. I was going to say making it look pretty. It doesn't look pretty in the slightest, but it still took me a year, and I still haven't earned a dime off it. So that's a waste. It's got to be something that you do in a time when you're not at your highest functioning, after you've done your income producing activities.
Yeah, Shelly, just to touch on that, revenue generating activities, income producing activities, whatever you want to call it, those are the most important because that is what's going to make you the money. And just to continue going on with what you were saying, it really comes down to what time you have during the day allotted. Every single person has a different amount of hours that they work, amount of time that they're able to put into their business. It's really about figuring that out and then utilizing that time to work at the best of your ability at the quickest, possible, and to be good at it. And one of the things with the MITS system is that we actually teach people in our coaching calls each level, and those are the things that we really dive into when you become a level 3 is your daily schedule, and really, what your daily revenue generating activities are. That's something that we run through the whole entire MITS system too. So go ahead, Eric. It looks like you have something to say.
I wanted to play it safe instead of smashing somebody again. But no, Howie and I, we were talking last week, about the importance of accountability. And this is one way that we can have that, obviously through this kind of medium. But guys, don't be afraid to reach out into the group. It doesn't have to be necessarily a leader, that you're wanting to connect with. Find other people that are engaged in the group, and that might be participating in one of the strategies that you're using, and just connect with that person and just check in once a week. Come up with something that can help you guys stay sharp and say, hey, this is what I plan on doing this week, and I'll check in with you, and we can help each other out. Obviously the accountability goes a long way with your success, and then it doesn't feel like that it just has to be you, or it just has to be times like this where you're plugging in with the community. Definitely reach out to other people in the community as well to help you stay on track, and we all need that. So I just wanted to touch on that as well.
I have a question for you as well, Eric, Vinny, whoever may be able to answer. Do you think it's terribly important to be able to do everything like blogging and podcasts? I don't even know what a podcast is, but I see all these things that I think, oh my goodness, I'll never get there. Do you think you can earn, instead of $1 million a week, perhaps 20 grand a week just by doing everything. Probably, you know, half the strategies. Do you really have to have a blog? Do you really have to do SoundCloud and all that sort of thing?
No, I would think it's something you definitely have to build to. You know, you find something like people have mentioned, you find something that you feel like you can be consistent at, you know, and you can learn and kind of sharpen. And you know, Vince talks about it all the time is establishing, you know, value. You know, and the sooner you get and connect on you know, a skill set for yourself, you grow from there. You know, you find the next strategy that you feel like you can start implementing and sharing that, and then grow to that point. And you know, Shelley touched on it as well. As if you don't have the time, you know, like you mentioned, that's a challenge for you, is your time crunch. I don't think you should set that expectation for yourself that you can, you know, do a podcast and do blogging and doing all those different things and expect to be effective. And I know that's something I get challenged with, you know, as well, as just trying to fit that consistency in my schedule, you know, just in the course of what I'm doing. So I would say find one or two at the most things that you feel like you can implement and do it on a consistent basis and grow from there. And then, you know, and then you advance and you scale, you know, you scale up from that standpoint. And to the point that you're maybe able to do this at a full-time level, and you know, outsourcing. I think outsourcing is another thing that I'm starting to look at. You know, I for some reason I am doing that, and you know, I just found out there's things that I do well, and there's things that I just absolutely do not do well, like technology, as you guys could see today. Um, and I'm just finding that instead of letting fear hold me back, I just have to find things that I know need to get done that I'm going to start committing to outsourcing. And I would only say that when you're in that position, when you can afford to do that. And then just not let that continue to be a hindrance for you. So that's something that I'm looking at as well. But I would say that basically do what you can, when you can, while you can, and then grow from there. I don't know if anybody has anything else to share on that.
I'll jump in just to answer the question that Michael proposed. You know, and it goes off what Shelly was saying a little bit, is definitely you got to find, you know, everyone's different. Like for me, I'm more of a night person, so I feel like I get a lot more productive things done during the nighttime as opposed to the morning. Another thing that I got from a mastermind, and that really has helped me out, and I'll give you guys the little tip, is everyone, if you don't have a smartphone or maybe, but I know my smartphone has this. I don't know if you guys can see this, but it has a little stopwatch, right? It has a little stopwatch, so I go for about 60 minutes. I put the stopwatch on. When the 60 minutes is up, hey, I'm on to my next task. Prior to me using this, I was all over the place. I would get stuck on Facebook. I would get stuck watching YouTube. You know, just dumb things that were not productive. When I started implementing this little tweak, and you can either do it on your phone or you can get like an 8 timer. I mean, you know, just find one anywhere. Just look for an 8 timer or on your phone, a smartwatch, whatever. You know, start tracking. You know, if you know, once the 60 minutes is up, hey, I'm on to the next task. Right. So I don't know if that helps you guys. I know that definitely helped me. Just stay focused and really figure out, you know, how am I gonna, you know, maximize my time. And then again, what Shelly said is do income producing activities, right? Start, you know, definitely getting in and start posting some ads. Pick a strategy that you want, whether it's Twitter, whether it's Facebook, Craigslist, however however you want to go about building your business. Pick one, master it, and then just every day, just know that you got, you know, by putting out ads, that's producing, you know, that's producing activity. So that's just a thought that I had. I don't know, try it out. If it works for you, let us know. Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, I think we've passed our.
Any other questions? I want to make sure we get those questions addressed. If we don't.
No, Eric, all the questions in the group we're good with.
Awesome, cool. So, you know, I think anything else, if you guys have anything that comes up, you know, in the coming days, feel free to message any of us, you know, and we can reach out to you and you know, get a good answer to you, or at least find out and get a response. So again, thank everyone for making some time. Beverly, Howie, Jason, appreciate you guys for getting out here. And then for those that are part of our community, just reach out to any one of the leaders on the Leadership Council, because we want to start bringing more people up, you know, so we can actually go over your business and get real in depth. And don't be afraid to ask, you know, us very specific questions, you know, so we can get you out here and start doing, you know, more of these kind of settings. How did you guys feel about today?
Awesome. Yeah, I want to thank I want to thank everybody for all the information that helped me out. That's going to get me headed in the right direction.
Very helpful,
Cool.
thank you. And I feel as though very helpful. Thank you, everybody.
Awesome. So again, I want to just touch on our next session. I'm not sure if it's going to be every second or fourth week of the month going forward, but we're going to be doing it once. We'll probably, this felt good today outside of the technical issues, but about an hour and a half I think is pretty thorough. So we'll be doing that, and we'll figure out if it's going to be the second or the fourth week. I'll let you guys know that. And other than that, if there's not anything else anybody has.
Hey Eric,
Martin, go
before
ahead.
before we go out, I do have a question. Hopefully you guys can help me with it. Since we're giving so many good tips, I'm actually starting a podcast pretty soon. And does anyone have any resources like where I can actually go and interview some, you know, successful people or like entrepreneurs? My whole podcast is going to be like towards entrepreneurs and the journey. Does anyone know any resources where, you know, again, where I can possibly go and talk to other successful entrepreneurs and I know I remember coming up across a site once where they actually, like, there's people that want to get interviewed, but I don't remember that. I thought I bookmarked it, but I don't, so I didn't. So, does anyone have any resources possibly they could share?
Hey, Martin, I have an idea. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What about just utilizing your social networks like Twitter, like YouTube, like look for different company names, look for somebody who looks like they're doing well, reaching out to them. Not only are you going to get an interview, but you're going to create a relationship with them that can turn into something else.
Yeah, definitely, for sure. Cool. Yeah, that good insight. I actually thought of that, and I am actually implementing. I'm gonna actually go with the people that I know first, that I've built, you know, through going to different live events and obviously, you know, meeting people. So I'm gonna go that route. You know, get as many people as I can in my network, and then eventually, you know, branch off. But I just thought, you know, maybe someone had in my research. But yeah, great idea, Howie. Definitely, for sure. Anyone else?
Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind for me as well, Martin, is just working the network that the existing network you already have in place. And you know, you have a relationship with you know, John Lee Dumas right now, so I think I'd reach out to him and just kind of find out, because I think he started his podcast with like 40 interviews already lined up or something like that. So I would just check in with him and see how he set that up, you know, just the process he went through, and see if he shares some feedback with you. So.
Great. Thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it.
You should ask him for an interview.
I am, actually. Yeah, no doubt. And don't be surprised if I send you a message and we get on the interview, and everyone on this panel right now. You guys are all leaders in my book, so you guys are all entrepreneurs and leaders, so that's definitely who I'm wanting to interview. So.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Special thanks out to Teresa Key and Ken Hayes. Appreciate you guys being a part of our community right now, and I want to thank everybody for hanging in there with me. I got a text from Vince 3. He told me I need to upgrade from my Magic Jack so I can stop having problems. So I'll go work on that, and we'll be better next time. So I appreciate you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Take care.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, we'll see you guys.